Oh yeah, anyway, Live doing Mike to another banging episode of Talking That Nonsense with your host, me, Michael. Looks like we're on our 62nd installment of Talking That Nonsense. Never in my wildest dreams, people. First of all, I would like to apologize for the sun. That sun. I wanted to get some fresh air. It's about 57 degrees outside, so I really wanted to get some fresh air. First off, S is for stigma. If you couldn't tell by the title, pretty self-explanatory within itself. But today we're going to be talking about societal stigmas, social stigma, and stigma. For those who don't know for those who don't know what a stigma is, let me bring you up thy definition. Give me 1 second. All right. So stigma, seen definition is noun, a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person. Example: the stigma of having gone to prison will always be with me. Because usually people think, for example, if you go to prison, you're a bad person. That makes you an evil thug if you go to prison. You guys obviously know that's not the case, okay? But I do have a list before me of a bunch of social stigmas that I would like to break down and kind of chime in with my own opinion right quick. It's a nice little long list. So social stigmas that I can break down. All right. Some social stigmas. People with mental illness. People with mental illness are people that... Okay, let me just put it this way. People that have mental illnesses, people associate them with being dangerous, crazy, and unhinged, instead of unwell or in need of help. That's what society is. And I guess this is not new to anybody. This has been going on for hundreds of years. It's not like mental illness one day just came out the woodworks. Mental illness has always been a thing. It's just the process of it being more exposed, more covered, more talked about. But I can tell you this. First of all, that's terrible. But first of all, mental illness does not equal unstable, crazy, or deranged, or somebody that's out to hurt you. That's not what mental illness is. To me, mental illness is somebody that's unwell mentally. It's a person that needs help. It's a person that has been nurtured by society inadequately. That's what mental illness is to me. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I tell you, we truly do live in a society. Sometimes we get handed the short end of the stick, Some of us just, people talk about how mental illness, how you could develop one, or how people say you're born with one, and talk about chemical imbalances in the brain. That's correct, from what I know. The second one, obesity. The obesity stigma. People believe, it is common belief that people who are obese are, actively unhealthy. Obesity is one of the most common social stigmas out there. People believe if you're obese, 100% of the time you just eat unhealthy, that equals somebody that does not care about oneself. That is just one of the social stigmas of many that we are going to be covering in this video. But yes, obesity. The third one, drug abuse. The drug abuse stigma. In society, people have labeled drug abusers as somebody that is this, just cracked out meth head who's dangerous, who is unstable, who is, just a scummy person of society. But that's not the case for some people. Some people are just unfortunate. Some people, it's just sad. And drug abuse, at the end of the day, is horrid. Drug abuse is what tears apart families, kills people. About the thousands. Drug abuse, we need more people to talk about how we can help people that are unfortunately abusing drugs, that are unfortunately having trouble with drugs. Because nowadays in this society, most people's, I would say, solution to drug abuse would be imprison them. And I'm not saying that's the case for everything, but most people are like, well, he uses drugs, he's a danger to society, let's lock him up for about that, let's lock him up for 7 months and see what happens. And it's unfortunate. Drug abuse can happen just like that. Let's say you're a young man, a young athlete, star football player, and you get a leg injury, you tore your ACL or something like that, and the doctor puts you on a prescription drug, prescription painkiller, Vicodin, oxycodone, whichever, Percocet. After taking them, and then once, say months pass by, you're healed, your ACL's fine, and you're no longer required to take the Vicodin, oxycodone, or whatever prescription drug. And then you get a little bit curious, so you take them without needing to take them, and they make you feel good, they make you feel nice, so you keep on taking them. Bam. Now you're addicted to painkillers. And most people say things like weed and, like, I guess painkillers are gateway drugs. I cannot confirm nor deny that. But it is with my belief, certain drugs can be gateway drugs to worse ones. From painkillers to heroin to meth to even worse. That's what drug addiction is. And that's how easy it can happen. You don't have to be some hardcore slinger that just lives for the high. Drug abuse could happen to anybody. It could happen to you, could happen to me, it could happen to your grandma, uncle, dad, mom. It's sad, really. Because like I said, drug abuse kills people. Drug abuse gets people killed. Aww. The mic is muted. I really, really, really hope. I really hope.
You might have to edit this video.
Nah, I should be fine. It's perfect. The sun in the background,
Mosquitoes.
the mosquitoes, everything's perfect. The dog's ravaging my mic. It's beautiful. Now back to it. But don't worry about it. Everything that was just said the past 2 minutes was nothing. We were talking about homelessness and how people, and don't mind the sun either. I'm sorry about the sun. The sun will go bye-bye when the sun goes down. But anyway, people think that homeless people choose to be homeless on their own accord, which is not the case. People might be going through it, okay? So you don't just wake up. Who would choose to be homeless, first of all? I'm just like so dark and you can barely see my features, so it's just like.
You're talking to Slender Man. Oh my gosh. Collect 8 pages. Cause you can't see his face really right now due to the lighting. I'm sorry, that was a really bad joke.
Next one. Being poor makes you a lowlife. This sun is really annoying me. Let me see if I can get another angle. Give me a moment, you guys. This is a little bit better, I guess. The sun. Oh yeah, let me just move the mic. I really hope the mic wasn't off that time. But anyway, this video is turning into crap. Garbage, doo-doo, diaper, boopy, choopy, poopy, poopy, toopy. But that being poor equals you a low life. That's not the case. I'm not the richest, but I can tell you I still flourish with the most, with the, with the most decent amounts of monies. You know what I mean? Like, I record my videos on a Chromebook, and I record with a $50 mic I got from Target. Before, it was a $13 mic. So, you don't need to be. One of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel was because to show that you don't need to be some famous YouTuber that spent thousands of dollars on equipment to record videos. And, the terrible lighting, things like that. I was trying to make a point. I mean, I still am making my point as we speak. Because I'm still recording, and I'm still having fun. Another social stigma. That being black makes you suspicious, deserving to be shot in the back by police in your own backyard for something like holding a cell phone. That was oddly specific. It's oddly specific, but that person had a point. That was a blue jay. That's got being black doesn't make you suspicious, and I think for the most part, society has kind of grown out of that. For the most part, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but there are people that still follow black children, black couples around in store, like store employees that still follow black couples and black employees inside the store. I mean, I've had it to me happen once. I remember going to the store once, and I was walking down there. I'm not gonna mention which store. I like the thing about that. That's a blue jay, and that's beautiful. But people think, well, what happened to me? I went down to the store, and I walked in, and I was like the only one in there. But one of the employees kind of like walked me, like kind of watched me, as I went through each and every aisle, like peeked their head around the corner, almost like they were waiting for me to do something. I don't know, man. That's kind of suspicious. I'm like, okay. So that was kind of a no-no. Kind of a no-no. Was a no-no. Let's see. We already covered. Oh yeah. I mean, I guess this is kind of an add-on that mentally ill or mentally handicapped people have no idea what's going on. Like I touched on before. People think that if you have some sort of underlying mental illness, that you're some type of rabid animal that needs to be arrested and housed into some, padded cell, and not some person that's just unwell, somebody that is in need of, help, But like I said before, society's, you know, solution to people that have mental, and it was a lot worse way back then. It really was. I bet it. Ooh, lobotomies. But for most people, solutions nowadays, it's just to take them away and jail them. But in states like, I think, Florida, they have a thing called the Baker Act. I'm trying to remember what the Baker Act was. Matter of fact, give me a second. I gotta re-enlighten myself on the Baker Act. Okay, so I decided to pull the Baker Act. The Baker Act follows an involuntary examination, what some call an emergency evaluation commitment, in which basically, because I'll say some people, and I won't say, I'm not going to say most people, all people with mental illness, but some people that have, problems don't necessarily want to, like, come to the terms that they have problems, you know what I mean? And basically, the Baker Act can be enacted on somebody that's like, okay, this person could possibly have some type of underlying mental illness, so we're gonna hit them with the Baker Act, and this is like a involuntary mental evaluation. So things like that. There's birds everywhere. Another social stigma was being sick, like with cancer or diabetes, means you don't take good care of yourself. Even though there might be some truth behind that, at least the diabetes part or cancer. Either way. Well, I mean, like, because listen, people are like, oh well, because listen, you can develop diabetes. You can be born with diabetes. You can also develop cancer. If you think about it, some of it's just crazy to me. That's all. Because like you can develop cancer, like lung cancer, from smoking cigarettes. People say you can get diabetes from eating too much. But just because you have diabetes or cancer does not mean that's what caused it. Things like, trigger warning, but things like another one is victims of sexual assault asked for it in some way or another. And it's no wonder why people stay quiet until it's too late. But no, I don't think you guys understand. People are not actively out here asking to be sexually assaulted. Never. I have never heard of something so heinous in my life. Ever. But what I will tell you is that that idea should just be thrown out immediately. Should just get completely damaged, should get completely erased from society. Because that's terrible, you know? It's just wild. And I don't understand why. Oh, I think the sun's away, you guys. Heck yeah, wait, give me a second. I think the sun went away. God. This is a little bit better. God, my nose tickles. But yeah. There are some things, there's some stereotypes I wish that were just completely phased out of, well, existence. You know? The stereotype, the most commonly used stereotype used with me is, I like fried chicken, Kool-Aid, and watermelon, and biscuits, and Popeyes, or KFC. One, I don't like Kool-Aid. I can drink it, but I don't drink it like it's water. Two, I don't like KFC. I like Popeyes. and I don't eat chicken for every meal of the day. I can't say, that's wild. Because the same people that sit here and talk about how we love to munch on chicken are the same people that, like, invented fried chicken and eat. Anyway, guys have splurged on this for decades. Fried chicken. Fried chicken. I don't eat fried chicken for every meal of the day. Actually, I haven't had fried chicken in a long time, actually. Maybe a couple months. I like watermelon, but watermelon is more like a seasonal thing. I only eat watermelon in the summer. Can't find a person that, like, unless you're, like, eating it. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm not casually eating watermelon all year round. Watermelon is more or less a seasonal thing for me, and I don't just eat watermelon just because. I eat watermelon in the summer where it's hot. That's the only time you'll find me eating watermelon. Some other things. I guess the thing about the race stigma about how all black people are out to rob you and are just bad, delinquent gangsters. Same thing as not all white people are long-haired, smelly, and are out to tear up schools. It's not the case. And that's never really the case. I just think it's bad, Like, think about it. I'm getting sleepy. But think about it. And especially think about jail. Three main things are about three main for me are about mental illness, race, and jail. You don't have to be, you don't have to be, like, going to jail doesn't make you this hardened criminal that did this or this and that, and now you're some type of enemy against the state. Having mental illness doesn't make you some psychopath that's out to hurt people, doesn't know how to control their emotions, and is actively just wanting to hurt people. Is their ultimate goal. That's not it. That's not how it works. I think I have an idea. These were my opinions on the social stigmas. Let me see if I can get a professional. Never mind. I thought I was going to have somebody come over here and help me film a video. I'm going to find that one moment. Actually, I think I'm in the field for new people to help come aboard the Talking That Nonsense crew. Okay? The last time I publicly filmed with more than... The last time I publicly filmed with more than 2 people was episode 40. We're at episode 62 now, by the way, so... yeah. Those guys were, just guests. But now, I'm kind of in the mood for new crew members. So anybody that I know that wants to at least one day a week, on a Wednesday, preferably around like 5 o'clock to whenever it's only 35 minutes, but sometimes like we get started late, but usually around like 4 or 5 o'clock, record a video, post it to YouTube later that night. So somebody that would like to record with me on a Wednesday, once a week, for the YouTube channel, has a creative mind, that has a creative mind, and does not mind being on camera for long periods of time, because sometimes we do make mistakes and we will need to reshoot. And for the prior warning, I don't edit any of my videos. These are raw, if you couldn't tell, because I'm lazy. These are raw, if you couldn't tell. But if you're willing to be open-minded, not be afraid to share your opinion, challenge others' opinion, be funny, be goofy, because some videos you're gonna have to put your pride aside. Leave your pride at the leave the pride at the door. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you gotta be goofy. Sometimes you gotta be funny. And sometimes you gotta be serious. Because I want to make this experience on my YouTube channel, an experience worth, remembering. I want you to always leave my YouTube channel with something you've learned. Is there, like, there's one thing you learned from my YouTube channel that you can take away and spread? By all means. I wouldn't mind. I'm looking at a bird right now. It's a birdie. It's a birdie. It's a birdie. I'm underneath a pavilion. Pavilion. This sounds really annoying. There you go. Bingo bongo. Now you stand in the way of the song go. But social stigmas. This video is so crummy, but yet trust me, it has a meaning behind it. I tried to make this video as anchored as possible, but I kind of left steam, because originally I was supposed to record a video with somebody. Didn't really work out too much. Didn't really work out too well. And that's okay, I guess. That's fine. But even then, I could still try my best to record a video, rain or shine, without any backup dancers. Because that's how it begun in the first place. I started this channel alone, and it's completely fine if I have to leave the channel alone. But nevertheless, I still have reliable people on my side. I still have cats. I still have CJ. You guys haven't seen CJ in forever. Only reason why is because I have two new cats. You guys seen them in the video before. I have two new cats that live in my room at the moment. And CJ and them aren't really good, best, housemates. So I'm trying to slowly integrate them into my house. But I'll get there. Eventually. But, sorry, it just made me wonder for a minute there. I got two cats in my room. I got another cat downstairs. I got two cats that live in my room dang near 24/7. And they leave hair everywhere. I wonder can you guys see the birds? It's getting chilly out here. So, that's why I'm sniffing. Sorry, it sounds disgusting. But like I said, this video was supposed to have, an anchor to it. To really have some understanding to it. Okay, birdies. Man, they're having a whole family conversation. There's 50 birds. Man, just think about it. Those birds are literally half, at least a golf ball and a half at size. Okay? And they have little hearts, little lungs, little brains, little spines, little bones, little intestines, little small intestines, little big intestines. It's wild. Mother Nature is truly a beautiful thing. One of the things you should never take for granted. Mother Nature is a beautiful thing. Respect it. For the most part, Mother Nature will respect you. Birds are squawking up a storm. I don't think I'm going to make this video too long. We're about 30 minutes in now, so I think I'm going to cut it short. I'm sorry that this video kind of fell apart like halfway through. But for the most part, we did have good information. And like I said, when you come into my videos, I always want you guys to walk out with something you never knew before. Always leave the videos thinking about something. Always encouraging you to, get those cogs in your brain churning. You know what I mean? But it looks like our time here has expired. Close out like me. I want to go and do something that you enjoy. That be going outside, going to McDonald's, go hanging out with friends. It's only like, I don't know, what is it right now? It's about still 59 degrees. I don't think it's been updated yet. Let's check the temperature. Yep, about 59 degrees. Partially cloudy. So like I said, I want to go do something that you enjoy. Okay. Go outside, talk to your friends. Who knows? Record a YouTube video. Watch another Talking That Nonsense YouTube video. Because at the end of the day, nobody's more important than you. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, we are 62 episodes in. Okay? 62 episodes in. We're on season 4 now. This is the second episode of season 4. Sorry. My sniffing is really, really unappetizing. But we are literally on season 4. And I think that's wild. Well, then again, my name is Michael. You've been watching Talking That Nonsense. And remember, same thing that I always preach every single video. Be good people. Stay out of trouble. And, don't eat rocks. Have a good day, everyone.